And they're just a huge pea. I mean, that pod is just so big, and the peas inside are really, really big. It doesn't take much to make a quart. So here are the peas I've shown you when they were very, very small, and obviously they just went absolutely crazy. This is my raised bed garden, and I've shown you before. I'll show you quickly again. Raised bed garden is made up of these tubs. That is a tub. That is how wide it is, 20 inches wide, 40 inches long. It's a fiberglass tub. The bottoms are cut out of them. I have two of them placed together. I'll go around the back side. Maybe I can show you a little bit better because it's just so overgrown. It's hard to show you here. But I planted double rows of peas in these tubs. Each tub, each raised bed, had 2 rows of peas in it and a drip irrigation right down the middle of it with a cutoff. So it's really 8 rows of peas, 48 feet long or so. I'll show you how many peas we got in just a second. But let me show you. I'm done picking. My wife is done picking. My brother-in-law is going to come clean these up for us. And but there's just still a ton of them. And my wife doesn't like them when they're dry. We let that get dry. But there are some huge peas, zipper cream peas. Still a lot left if he can come out here and do it in the 90-degree weather. But we're pretty much done. I've got a freezer full of them, all I can put in the freezer. Certainly all we're going to eat in the next year or two, year and a half. But you can see, I mean, some of these peas were right at a foot long. And they grow great in the summertime. If you give them water, they will grow like gangbusters in the summertime. And this is late August when I'm videoing this, 24th, I think, or 5th. And I don't think it's too late to plant peas if you plant them real quick. These are 70-day peas or 75, I forget. I think these are 70 days. So count back from your first frost date, 70 days, or I'd add a little bit to that, maybe 80 days, 85, because you want to give yourself a week or two to pick. And if your first frost date, ours is in like middle of November, so we've got November. We've got about 3 months, almost 3 months, before our average first frost date. Now those average dates can be tricky. We've gotten frost in late October before, so you just never know. But a frost will kill them. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you want to try some crowder peas, zipper cream, black-eyed peas, purple hull, if you want to try some and you never have before, a raised bed is a perfect place. Let me see if I can get down here and show you. There's one right there, almost ready. You got a little green stripe on it. They're green, starting to turn a little bit, and then got that green stripe on it. And that means it's pretty close. But there's my 2 beds, my 2 tubs. There's one tub right there, and then there's the other tub sitting right beside it. And anyway, so that's my raised beds. And this is the best peas I have ever raised here. It raises good peas, but this is the best crop I've ever gotten. In the past, I've gotten a lot of vines and not a lot of peas. This year, I pre-fertilized with a pretty good amount of the Haas 543, which is an organic fertilizer. You're not going to burn anything with it, probably. It smells like poop. And so I put that right down the middle because, again, these are double rows. Row here in that particular tub. Show you a little leg here. In that particular tub, there's 2 rows. There's a drip line down the middle. There's a row of peas here, row of peas here. So 2 rows of peas with a drip line down the middle, and then the next tub has the same thing. And I put the pre-plant right in between the 2 rows of peas. So row of pre-plant in this one all the way down, and this one all the way down. And man, they have put out some peas. Southern peas do just fantastic in the summer. Now, having said that, next year I am going to plant peas in early August. And that's not because these didn't do well. It's because Plant them in August, start harvesting October-ish, late September, October. You do the math, 70 days, 75 days, and it's not gonna be 95, 100 degrees picking peas. It'll be really nice picking peas. Now, peas love heat, so if it starts really cooling off in September and October, the peas may not do quite as well. I think they will. I think they will, especially in these raised beds. Raised beds heat up a little more, a little quicker and a little more than regular if you're planting in the ground. But anyway, just do your math, figure it out, and I think you could you could get you a good stand of peas next fall, as far as a fall garden. So anyway, that's what I've got here, and want to show you what the end result was in the freezer, and just, you know, we just got through packaging up a bunch of them. So let's go look at that. So here's the ones we just packaged today. I hadn't put them in the freezer yet. They're still ooshy gooshy. 1 teaspoon of salt in quart bag. Mix the salt up. I've shown this in 2 different videos, so I'm not going to show it now, but I will link to the other videos. But wash the beans good. Teaspoon of salt in a quart bag. Squish it up so the salt, before you put the peas in, so the salt dissolves in the water. Put some water in it, maybe, you know, about a quarter. Squish it up so the salt dissolves, and then put the peas in. I put about 5 of these rounded in a, this is a little tea strainer, I guess. 5 of these in a quart, and it seemed to work out pretty well. And it fills up the bag with just peas and just the little bit of water you put in there for the salt. Fills up the bag maybe a half full, something like that. And then you fill it up with water about 3/4 of the way full, 2/3, 3/4, and then seal it good. Make sure it's sealed. Zip it real good. Turn it upside down. Watch it for 30 seconds or so. Make sure it's sealed. We had one that did not seal. We had a bunch of every Dollar General bag I tried didn't seal. So we had one, I think, this time of the Ziploc. That's what this is a Ziploc. But the pre-fertilizer worked great. This is the best load of peas I've ever had out of that raised bed garden. So I'm real tickled with that. I'll show you the freezer in just a second, what we've got in there. These are going to go in the freezer, and then we'll be done. So the light in here is not going to be good, but here they are in the freezer. I lay them flat in the freezer until they're frozen. Well, I lay them flat in the freezer to freeze them because that's the way I like to store them. I have got this bottom bin down here. I don't know how many pounds of peas are in there, but it's heavy, and it's full. So, but peas everywhere. We got purple hulls on this side. Mostly I had to kind of mix and match because it just ran out of room. But purple hulls, like I say, about 14 of those, and 25 all total of the zippers down there, and a few up here spread out, ready to go. But lots of peas from that little raised bed. I attribute it to good Lord and pre-fertilization. I think that was a big deal, was pre-fertilizing. I think it's the first time I've done it right. Like about 2 weeks before or something like that, I pre-fertilized, and then I put in that drip irrigation system. So very happy with the peas, very happy with the peas. So now you've seen the end result, lots and lots of peas. We've got enough peas to last us at least a year, probably a year and a half. I highly recommend Zipper Cream. To me, that's my favorite pea. Over here, we have some Purple Hull. Those have already played out pretty much. And, Purple Hull are good, and I like Purple Hull, but I really like the Zippers. And they're just a huge pea. I mean, that pod is just so big, and the peas inside are really, really big. It doesn't take much to make a quart of the Zipper Cream because the peas inside are 50% bigger than a Purple Hull, something like that. And to me, it's got a better taste. I just like it better. You may or may not, because you may have been raised on Purple Hull and black-eyed, and you may not like a Zipper. But I certainly do. Certainly worth trying if you haven't in the past. I've never had a better stand of peas. My brother-in-law has grown peas in the past, and he came over here and looked, and he said, oh my gosh. Best stand he's ever seen, I think, too. So you not only can you grow peas in a raised bed, you can grow a mess of peas in the raised beds. So be sure you try it if you haven't. May not be too late for you. If you're in Florida, South Texas, something like that, you can do that now. If you're, somewhere in zone 8, it may be running a little bit late, but you can still give it a shot. But certainly worth doing next fall. Vines are still running, and that's one thing about these peas. They fell over so bad. Next year I will also put in something like I did here on the corn to keep it from falling over, with these stakes and wires and string running, and keep those peas upright, because there is a walkway, about a 3-foot walkway in here or more right there. But all the peas have grown so thick and so heavy that when they get big and heavy, they just fall over. And all that, I've walked through it 3 or 4 times. You can kind of see a rut down the middle of it, but there's a walkway in there somewhere. Next year, hopefully, I'm putting up some sideboards on this thing and keep those peas from falling over. It'll be a whole lot easier to pick and a whole lot easier to walk through, not worry about, is there a snake under my feet or whatever. We've jumped a few rabbits, kind of startles you here. It kind of startles you a little bit when something runs out from under your feet. But anyway, here they are. We got lots of peas, and just so thankful for the bounty that we have, because I do love me some peas. Put me some cornbread with it, shoot, we go to town on that. All right, I just thought you might want to see it, and we're gone.